Are you a Marxist now? You say you are, but I wonder what sort of a Marxist, because let's add in the other thing that IS believed, that they still believed in the idea that the working class were going to be the agent which overthrew the capitalist state, and part of the project of IS was not simply theoretical, but members of IS were actively expected to go out and to raise the consciousness of the workers so they would overthrow the state.
Yeah, well, you and I, Professor Taylor, can sit around rehashing glory days of the 60s and old picket lines and struggles and this kind. There's no shame in it. I mean, unlike a lot of people who wouldn't do the 60s again, or not in the same way, who've turned into self-haters and sort of think the whole thing was a waste of time, I don't think that at all. I wish I'd done some of it differently and better. But most of all, I wish I'd done a bit more about the things that were going on at that time. I wouldn't unlive it, in other words. So yeah, we can do that. And we do, if we're given half a chance. But you can't lie to the young. You must not bullshit the young. It's an absolute principle. And these people were asking me questions, seriously, what should I do with my life? Should I commit to this or not? And I reviewed it, and I said, is there now an international working class movement linked at the point of production, internationalist, that could replace capitalism, as was once thought possible? No, there isn't. Is it in long-term decline, that idea? Yes. Is it coming back? I don't think so. Is there an ideology, at least, even without an anchorage in a material class movement, that could at least say it was the critique of capitalism that could transcend it? Not known to me, no. And the ones I've seen on offer, not very persuasive. At that point, it seemed meaningless to go on calling myself a socialist. I'd been doing it by that stage, if you're still saying it, you're doing it out of almost manneristic promptings, so as you don't get confused with just being another liberal. And it could be just that you can't bear to let go of something that used to mean a lot to you. And I'm so against sentimental attachments of that kind.
But liberal has become a cleaner, nicer word for you now.
Not to me.
Hasn't it? Because you're one or two references.
I mean, I still find the word liberal very smug and disappointing. And I think I quote the late Conor Cruise O'Brien, who had a lot of arguments saying liberalism makes the rich world yawn and the poor world sick. That wouldn't be a complete description of